everybody. I am out on the hill today, as usual lately. Give you a nice view there. I want to do a video about something that came to me in my meditation today. And it's funny because it also came to me this morning as I watched the sunrise. It was about the joy of shining and about how when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and I'll come back to what that supposed to means, you shine, you emit light, because all we are is vibration, all anything is vibration. So the more quickly you vibrate, the more energy you're emitting, and also the better you feel. That's, high vibe, low vibe kind of terminology comes from that concept. So one thing that a lot of people ask me, one of the biggest questions, it's not the biggest one, I don't know what the biggest one is, but one of the biggest ones that I get is, what is my mission? How do I find out what my mission is? What am I meant to do? I know I'm supposed to do something, but I don't know what it is. Can you help me find it? And it's actually not a very difficult thing to discover, but what I've found is that most people, because that's kind of one of my gifts, is I can see people's missions, but the interesting thing is that usually people fight it, because when it's something that means the most to you, you hold it really, really deeply and vulnerably in your heart, and a lot of times you've even hidden it from yourself. So there are 3 things you can do to find your mission and to shine for the joy of shining, which will also bless the world, because this whole universe is a complex, intelligent system, and you can't escape it. Your body is made up of it, your consciousness itself is made up of it, and every thought you have it's moving. It's actual motion is the thought. So anyway, the way that you know whether or not you're doing your mission is how good you feel, how much you feel in flow, and how many synchronicities come to you. As soon as you start plugging into your mission, then your life will just take off and flow very easily. Things will happen without you needing to put forth a lot of effort. Although discipline and effort aren't really the same. You do need discipline, but effort as far as pushing, shoving, making things happen, figuring it out, won't really happen, because we're all inextricably connected with this huge universal mind, and it figures stuff out. All you have to do is set the GPS, and the universe will take you there, so long as you're aligning with your mission. So, the 3 ways that you find your mission. The first is to think about what you love to do. When are you most happy? When do you lose time? So you might be working on something for what feels like an hour to you, and you look up and see that 4 or 5 hours have gone past. Or when do people keep having to call you to come to dinner, or whatever? How do you get lost? What makes you get lost? The second thing is, what have people always told you you're good at? Because a lot of problems with people finding and admitting what their own mission is that your insecurities get in the way and your self-doubt gets in the way. And a good way to get around this is to find the thing that other people tell you that you're good at. So you probably have a couple things your whole life that people, maybe your friends, colleagues, elders or people younger than you, whatever, have always told you, hey, that's your gift. What is it? If you were to fill out a job application right now and they were to ask you your strengths, what would you say? There are probably a couple things that people have told you over and over. Now, it's likely that because it's hard to take a compliment, especially for light workers, it's very difficult to receive anything, especially if it's going deep to your worth as a person, so compliments fall into that category. It's likely that it might be difficult for you to come up with that right off the bat as I'm talking about it right now. What do people always compliment you on? So take some time to think about it if you're looking for your mission, if you're not sure what your mission is. So first, whatever you love to do, whatever you lose time doing. Second is what you've been complimented on. There's some wind. I hope it's not too windy. I hope you guys can hear. The third thing, and this is the most powerful one, and not just about every single person I know who's doing what they really love, what they really deeply love, and it's not that many people, because most of us haven't been able to manifest a reality where we're truly living our mission. And as soon as you start manifesting a reality where you're living your mission, you'll meet other people who are manifesting the reality where they're living their mission and joyful about it, because that's a vibration you'll be traveling in. So look at your friends and see how happy they are, and that'll tell you how happy you are and how in alignment with what you're supposed to do you are living. So the third thing is, what did you play as a kid? If you played pretend. Some kids didn't, but if you did, what did you pretend? There's likely a thread that rolls through. And the importance of living our mission is that like I said, we're all part of this great cosmic intelligence, and things need to be done. If your thumb started trying to do what your eye is supposed to do, then you would never get anywhere. And also, if your eye tried to do what your thumb was supposed to do, your eye would not survive very long. So we all have these roles to play. It's super important. None of them are exactly the same. We're all unique. Some of us are more similar to each other, but all of us have a unique thing to do and a unique part to play in the clockwork of creation. And so, if you put together what you loved to do as a kid, what your game was, what you love to do now, and what people tell you you're good at, you're very likely to find your mission. And once you find your mission, just start doing it as much as you can. Don't worry about making a living out of it yet. Don't worry about anyone else knowing that you're doing it. You do it, you experiment with it, you flex those muscles and see how far you get. And yeah, try it. It's likely that if you start doing it at least a little bit, your life will start changing drastically and quickly. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you're having a wonderful January. It's almost February, so we're getting into the season of spring a-comin'. Here it's, it's always kind of greenish, so it's easier to live in perpetual movement, but I know some of you guys are still buried under snow. So also, speaking of snow, the skiing bliss out is still open for registration, so it'll be March 14th and 17th. It should be really fun. I'll be posting more on that in the near future as we firm up the itinerary and stuff, but everything's already pretty much set. We just have to get exactly what we're doing when, that kind of thing. So anyway, go in peace. I'll talk to you again very soon.